Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Thanks for joining me. I am back today with a new 12 by 12 scrapbook process video for Pretty Little Studio. It was announced last month that the guest designers were chosen, and I was fortunate enough to be one of those people that was chosen. So I'm so excited to be guest designing with them during the months of April and May. I did participate in an Instagram hop last month that uses that freebie printable, and I needed to get this video out and published because that printable is only available through April 3rd. So it is only available until tomorrow. So I will make sure to post a link in the description box below so you can head over and get that before it expires and disappears. Now I had a little bit of camera trouble in the beginning of this video, so this first part is going to be just a little bit choppy, but basically what I was doing is I was mixing together some acrylic paints just to get the color of blue that I was looking for. And then I have this large piece of bubble wrap that was left over from a package that I received, and I'm using it as a stamp. So I just painted the bubble wrap and then stamped it down onto the white cardstock. And I had a little bit of paint left over in that little tray that I was using. So I just grabbed another piece of cardstock and just painted all over the background. And I end up liking the painted background versus that stamped circle background better. So I'm going to go ahead and use that painted background. I did save the stamped circle background. I will use that later. I'm sure I'll come across a project that will work perfect with. So I've already cut apart the printable, and it does come in a PNG and a PDF. So you could use this as a print and cut in your Silhouette or your Cricut, but I just printed it off as the PDF and just fussy cut it out. I just was in the mood to fussy cut. So I also separated some of the images and made a whole sheet of just the florals. So I do have a few extra florals that I'll use. And I showed you the photos a moment ago, and I've been scrapbooking a lot of older photos recently, and they are just pulling at my heartstrings. I am not sure when this kid grew up. It happened so fast, and I know everyone says that, but it is so true. But in these pictures, I had brought home balloons from work. It was someone's birthday, and when we celebrate birthdays at work, we always blow up balloons and hang signs, and whoever's birthday it was did not want to take home the balloons and asked any of us with younger kids if we wanted to take them home. And at this time, Aiden loved balloons. I mean, you would have thought that I brought home the best present in the entire world. They were helium filled, so they would float up to the ceiling, and he'd jump up and grab them, and he was running around the house with them, and you can see the excitement in his face, and it just warms my heart when I see these pictures. In that third picture, the vertical picture, he is actually hiding behind the balloons, so you can see his face just kind of peeking out behind the strings. It's hard to see from this distance, but when you look close up at the photo, you can see him kind of hiding underneath there. Now I had added 2 triangles from the cut apart onto the layout, but I wanted to add another triangle element. So I just grabbed a scrap piece of paper, it's actually just a piece of printer paper, and cut it into a triangle roughly the size that I was looking for. And then I'm just using a pencil to lightly trace that triangle, and I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine and stitch those triangles onto the layout. So here you can see those triangles close up, and I'm sure you noticed, but at the very beginning I had already added my journaling onto the layout. As I mentioned, I had been having some camera trouble and I had to wait for some batteries to charge. So while I was waiting, I went ahead and got my design all arranged so I knew where my journaling would need to go, and went ahead and typed that on there while I was waiting for those batteries to finish charging. Now I just used a roller stamp to add a couple stamps to those labels, and I did add some stitching through those labels and the triangles. I showed you that earlier in the video also. So now comes the time where I'm going to start adhering everything down, and I'm going to use that good time sentiment from the cut apart sheet as my title. I'm sure that you can guess that I'm going to be creating a grid design here, so I'm just using my T-square ruler to get everything centered and lined up. And I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier, but this printable is from the It's Your Birthday collection designed by Claudia Van R. And this is a collection that you can purchase. There's multiple items included in the collection. This printable is just a highlight of some of the items that are available. So I will make sure to link to everything in the description box below, the printable and the collection itself, so that way you can check it all out and see what is available in their shop. And I will make sure to link to my Instagram in the description box below in case you want to hop along with this Instagram hop. And if you're not familiar with what an Instagram hop is, basically what you'll do is you'll go to my Instagram profile, look for this photo of the layout, and then I will have the next person tagged in my post, and you'll just click on their name and it'll take you to their profile, and then you can look for the project they created using this printable also, and then you just keep clicking on the next name until you make it all the way through the hop. And as far as my guest design spot goes with Pretty Little Studio, I'm going to be using the XOXO collection designed by Hello Heather. And I do have an unboxing video that will be going up either tomorrow or Wednesday. And my first project with Pretty Little Studio using that XOXO collection will go out on Thursday this week. So I'm just going to finish adhering everything down, and then this layout will be finished. I will bring some still shots up in just a moment. Please let me know if you have any questions about any of the products I used or the printable or any of the techniques that I used. I'm always happy to answer any questions that you have. So here are those still shots, and I will be back again soon with a new layout and process video, and I will have that unboxing video coming up shortly to show you the collection that I will be using during my guest design spot with Pretty Little Studio. So I just want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Thanks.